Right, you have to use your imagination here a bit. This is the guts of the keybox for one of the DigiGurdys. I've got a screen just balanced here. I've got the crank isolated, taken out. We've got a Tsunami Super WAV trigger board here, and a memory card which has got about a couple of hundred recorded files. Each file is a single note being played on a hurdy-gurdy, and basically every possible note for every possible string is separately recorded on here. And there's a computer, the Teensy board on the front here. There, that thing is a little computer that reads as normal. It reads all the keys. The keys aren't threaded in at the minute. We've just got the micro switches, but they'll do the job. And when you press the keys, the computer will read that, it'll run the display, and it will tell through these interlinks the board which tracks to play. This board allegedly will play multiple CD quality WAV files from the memory card with a really low latency of around between 2 and 8 milliseconds, with an average of about 3 or 4 simultaneously. So you'll be able to, you can in theory play sort of 4 or 5 channels simultaneously. So at the moment we've got a headphone socket here which works fine with headphones, but I've got it plugged into an old amplifier over here, and it's all a little bit cobbled together, but I'm just sort of show you that it works. So hang on, if I crank, hang on, here we go. Alright, and then if you remember on my Gurdy projects, I have a button here. If you can't be bothered to crank, you can just simulate it by pressing the button, which I can't see. Here we are. There we are. Just turn the volume up a bit. There we are. I'll just play a few. So we've got a drone there, 2 drones, and melody strings an octave apart. So that's the open string. What have we got? And then I'll go into a different tuning, doing this by touch. Tunings, let's try, maybe I'll go down an octave, shall we? See what that does. So we'll shift an octave down. There we go, and we'll confirm that. Drones on, yes please. Right, now let's see what we get. So this should work. So my plan would be to build this into the base that goes under the keybox. You could plug headphones in directly, or something else. The obvious thing you could plug in would be one of these rechargeable speakers. Some of them work by Bluetooth, but some have an auxiliary in socket. So that would be a self-contained little speaker unit that you could plug in. There's all sorts of ways of doing that, but I just wanted to show you that this is all completely feasible and doable. Unfortunately, these boards are not particularly cheap. They range between 80 and 100 pounds. That's British pounds. On top of that, you need a memory card, although they're a lot cheaper than they used to be, and then have to figure out ways of powering all these things. At the moment I've got various random phone battery banks and things like that just to get this demo working, but it's definitely got potential if people wanted to build something that's got a speaker inside it that will just work. So that's it really, but a reasonably successful day of experimenting.